Hi guys, my name is Haroji Delantes and I'm in my group members from group 5 will present the summarization of COLREGS we discussed. Number 1, application. States that rules apply to all vessels upon the high seas and all waters connected to the high seas and navigable by seagoing vessel. Number 2, responsibility. Covers the responsibility of the masters, owners, and crew to comply with the rules. Number 3. General definitions include definitions of this rule.
Rule number 4. Application says the section applies in any condition of visibility. Rule number 5. Lookout requires that every vessel shall at all times maintain a proper lookout, looked out by sight and burning as well as by all available means, appropriate in the prevailing circumstances and conditions so as to make a full appraisal of the situation of the risk of collisions. Rule number 7. Risk of collision. Covering risk of collision which warrants that assumption shall not be made on the basis of scanty information, especially scanty radar information. Rule number 8. Action to avoid collision covers action to be taken to avoid collisions.
I'm Jero S. Mamugay from 11 Trustworthy. I'm a Group 5. In a rule 9, narrow channel a vessel proceeding along the course of narrow channel of fairway is obliged to keep near to outer limit of channel or fairway which lies on her starboard side as is safe and practicable. Same the rule oblige and vessel of less than 20 meters in length or a sailing vessel not to impede a passage of vessel, which can safely navigate only within narrow channel or fairway. Rule number 10. Also, forbid ships across a narrow channel or fairway if such crossing impedes the passage of vessel which can safely navigate only within such channel or fairway. The meaning not to impede was classified by an amendment of Rule 8 in 1987. A new paragraph was added stressing that a vessel which was required not to impede the passage of another vessel should take early action to allow suspense and free room for the safe passage of the other vessel. Such vessel was obliged to fulfill this obligation also when taking avoiding action in accordance with the steering and sailing rule when reach of conclusion exists. Rule 11 of the conclusion regulation deals with the behavior of vessels in our near traffic separation seems adopted by the organization. By Regulation 8 of Chapter 5, Safety of Division of SOLAS, IMO is recognized as being the only organization competent to deal with international measures concerning and rotating of a ship. The effectiveness of traffic separation seems can be judged from a study made by Navigation IA in 1981. This showed that between 1956 and 1960, there was 60 collisions in Strait Dover. 20 years later, following the introduction of traffic separation seems and total was cut to the only 16.
Hi guys, my name is Macron Stephen Artiswilla from Group 5 and I'm here to summarize the COLREGS we discussed. Rule number 12. Sailing vessel. State action to be taken when two sailing vessels are approaching one another. Rule number 13. Overtaking. Covers overtaking. The overtaking vessel should keep out of the way of the vessel being overtaken. Rule number 14. Head-on situation. Deals with the head-on situation. Crossing situation are covered by Rule number 15. Cross situation and action to be taken by the giveaway vessel is laid down in Rule 16.
Rule number 16. Action by given vessel. Every vessel which is directed to keep out of the way of another vessel shall, so far as possible, take early and substantial actions to keep well clear.
Rule 17. Action by stand-on vessels deals with the action of the stand-on vessels, including the provision that stand-on vessels may take action to avoid collision by her maneuver alone as soon as it becomes apparent to her that the vessels required to keep out of the way is not taking appropriate actions. Rule 18. Responsibilities between vessels deals with responsibilities between vessels and includes requirements for vessels which shall keep out of the way of others. Section 3. Rule 19. Conduct of vessels in restricted visibility. Rule 19. Conduct of vessels in restricted visibility states every vessel should proceed at a safe speed adapted to prevailing circumstances and restricted visibility. A vessel detecting by a radar another vessel should determine if there is risk of collision and if so take avoiding action. A vessel's hearing fog signal of another vessel should reduce speed to a minimum.